Youngoo, you're not tasting the air again, are you? Eek! I was just, tasting the sprouts you smell. Grandmama says you gotta use all your senses. So what are we doing today exactly? Well, today I thought we could make a cozy little entrance to the camp. What do you think? A whole entrance? Skies above, that sounds mighty fine. Grandmama always says first steps need a good first impression. And if you like a place, you gotta press the shiny button so you can come back. So I brought a little something to help. See that shiny button right there? If folks tap it, they get invited back every time you work on the planet. Aw, thanks Youngoo. Hey friends, welcome back to another Petit Planet video. Today I wanted to show you the decorating side of things in Petit Planet with a bit of a beginner-friendly, cozy starter area. If you saw my last video, we looked at the first day of the beta and got a feel for the game, but this time I wanted to show you what the planet designing is like. Decorating is one of my favourite things to do in cozy games, particularly in games like Animal Crossing, and is one of the biggest reasons I've been looking forward to Petit Planet. The first thing to note is that planet designing in this game is not like in Animal Crossing. You have this actual planet building mode, more like what you would use in Disney Dreamlight Valley or The Sims, rather than walking around and placing items and planting trees the way that you would in Animal Crossing. Having the ability to drag and drop everything straight from my inventory or just pick up a house and plonk it wherever I want has been so freeing. It was a bit of a learning curve because I'm just so used to Animal Crossing decorating mechanics. Instead of being like, okay, pull out the shovel, walk over here, dig this up, Petit Planet was like, no babe, just grab the tree and move it. And once I got over that and just let myself use the tools properly, I had so much fun dragging trees to exactly where I wanted them with basically no effort, versus digging up and replanting each time I wanted to move one. It feels like you're sketching out ideas really quickly instead of doing manual labour. On the topic of trees, can we talk about how cute these designs are? They kind of remind me of the trees in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They're so cute and chunky and I love them. I also managed to find some of these Ginkgo trees on some Starseed voyages, and I thought that would be a really good fit for the cozy, rustic village street vibe that I was going for. So I grabbed some of those and paired them with some fir trees, and I even threw in some apple trees to tie it all together with a bit of variety. I'm definitely a too many trees person when I decorate, so I will drag things around a lot, just trying to get the balance right. I also grabbed some of these agave plants and some Cape jasmine shrubs, which have these cute creamy coloured flowers on them. They're my favourite bush that I've come across so far, so I've put a bunch of those throughout. I like to put them in clusters of 2 or 3 instead of just single plants and alternating between the shrubs and the agave plants. If you're new to decorating and you're ever not sure where to put stuff, a good rule is, if there's an empty corner or an awkward edge, shove a bush there. It fixes almost anything. I did notice a couple of bugs in the design mode while building this. Like, for example, my house roof is actually yellow and not blue, for the entire purpose of matching everything else in the build. The flowers also have a bit of an issue where only the stem is visible and not the flowers themselves, which made things kind of confusing when I was trying to place and move around flowers because I couldn't keep track of which colour was where. Thankfully, when you exit build mode, everything does go back to normal, and hopefully that's all fixed by the time the game releases. But I have to say, I was really impressed by the amount of freedom and options we've been given, even just for the beta test. There's already a huge range of plants, pathing, and decorative items to play with, and I have no doubt there will be so many more items and decorations on full release. I'm really interested to see what that will look like and what themes they lean into, because even with what we have now, there's already a lot you can do. I'm not gonna lie, I spent some time on this pathing tool because it was so different to what I'm used to with custom design paths in Animal Crossing, and honestly, I never even used the built-in paths over there. But in Petit Planet, the process is infinitely easier, so I took some time trying out different pathing options and seeing what limitations I had. I found that mixing and matching different paths looked really nice and gave this area that little bit more depth. While I did have terraforming unlocked at this point, I didn't use it here just to keep this really beginner friendly. One thing that surprised me about it though is that it can also be done from within this same build mode. Over in the top left, you can see the different sections for placing items, pathing, which I'm on currently, but then underneath you can see there's a landscaping tool and a waterscaping tool. And when I tell you that the terraforming in this game is so easy, you're not digging each individual spot for your river or placing cliffs square by square with character animations for each action. You're not even limited to one square at a time. You can increase the tile size to, I think it was up to 3 squared, and the process is so easy it's kind of insane. I don't even think with the Animal Crossing update that terraforming will be this effortless. Between that and the dragging and dropping, the whole planet designing process is everything I could have ever wanted in a cozy decorating game. The way I can just throw my ideas straight into the build instead of spending hours walking my character around, picking up and putting down items just to get even the foundation. And by that time, I've usually lost the motivation and the inspiration. Doing it this way actually makes it hard to stop because the ease of it makes it genuinely so enjoyable. I keep telling myself, okay, just one more little area, and then before I know it, it's 3 hours later. Okay, I really took some time deciding how I was going to lay out these items outside Glenn's shop, which, by the way, I love how it's like a little corner shop, it's so cute. And the way we can choose which direction the buildings and houses are facing, just the freedom. I was really sad that I couldn't make this water wheel fit anywhere. It's such a beautifully designed item and I'll probably find a place for it eventually, but today was not the day for that, unfortunately. We tried. Aw, look at young Guo just sweeping all the paths. She is so precious, I love her. I did manage to unlock a few market style items which I thought were really fitting for Glenn's little street corner exterior, so I spent some time figuring out how I wanted that all to look. The food cart with the little buns is so cute, I need more of those. I wanted it to feel like you could just wander past, grab a snack, and then head down the path towards the camp. And with that, we have our cozy little camp entrance. I'm really happy with how this turned out, especially considering I'm still learning the tools and getting used to decorating in a completely different way. I really hope you enjoyed this insight into what the decorating mechanics are like in Petit Planet. Let me know down below what you'd like to see next. I'd also love to hear how you're finding the planet designing if you've been playing as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters!